Okay, so I just got out of the shower, so my hair is nice and wet, and I had to refilm this video because apparently I don't know how to write a list. So, take two. Hey dumpster divers, and welcome back to a new episode of a countdown list on YouTube. Wow, my content is so creative. And happy Ariel Month 2023. So today we are counting down the live action Ariel dolls from my least favorite to my most favorite. They're all my favorite, but you know, gotta pick your favorites. And usually I don't do like disclaimers or anything, but just so you guys know, these are like, if I did every single like live action Ariel doll, like the 4-inch dolls, the ones from Jack Specific, like the baby playline dolls, all stuff like that, it would take 5 ever. So we're just gonna do 12 to 17-inch fashion dolls, and we'll go from there, because I think that's a good way to count them down and categorize them and everything. I physically have the dolls here in front of me, except for one. I've body donored and swapped around so many dolls. I don't know where this one's at currently. I'm gonna have to find her, but I do have her dress. So within that category of 12 to 17-inch fashion dolls, there's about 13-ish on my list. So we're gonna start with number 13, and that is the Little Mermaid transforming Ariel doll from mermaid to human. The only reason she's on the list is because this is papery fabric with printed on details, and then she is a hollow tube of cake topper nonsense. If you put those things aside, it's still the Halle Bailey Mattel face sculpt, which I love, and it's her in a semi-different outfit, you know? Which is great, because one of my main critiques of the film is that we got 3 whole costumes for Halle, which is bullshit. So I think that this kind of fits in very well. And from one of the designers, I did hear that this wasn't like a cut outfit or anything from like the transformation scene. They were just given creative licensing to kind of come up with something that they think would fit this doll. So that's why it's very much like her blue dress there, and then kind of like an homage to the older, roughly around the collar dress and everything. So yeah, it wasn't a scrap design or anything. It's just a design Mattel got to produce themselves. She's the only one to come with that much fin, and it does catch the light very nicely. So number 12 is a doll you guys probably haven't really seen in my collection, because I don't think I filmed me unboxing her. She might have been in like an Instagram story or something, because I do those a lot when I'm feeling really lazy. She doesn't fit on a stand very well, and so she's just not like ever displayed in my collection. And she just wasn't my favorite for the price point or anything. But it is the Mattel Singing Mermaid doll, and I'm pretty sure she's already like busted. Yeah, so she's like already really scratchy and everything. One thing I do appreciate is this giant fin, and it's nice and flexible. Love that. She does have a bunch of holes in her ass because that's where the sound comes out. It's nice that, you know, she's a mermaid doll, but she has like barely any articulation. She can move her arms and her head, and then the rest is just like, you know, it has to fit the sound mechanic in it. So it's just like whatever. Thicker tail, has an ombre, some side fins, and I love that. The scales are really defined in the molding and everything. So that's cool. But yeah, she's hard to display. She just wasn't my favorite, and she was 25 bucks, you know, to get the singing gimmick. But then with the Disney Store doll for $35, something like that, you get the singing gimmick, you get all the articulation, you get 2 outfits, etc. You know, so it's like I'm big on like where my dollars go in this economy. Oh yes, woof. Okay, so number 11. These 2 I have messed around with so much they're no longer their original dolls. But that would be the Ariel and Eric 2-pack set from Mattel. The only Eric live action 12-inch fashion doll we ever got. But they did come with the, you can barely see her, they did come with the Jade Mermaid and the bag. So they're both on made to move bodies because their articulation was Hasbro or Mattel piss poor articulation, where Eric basically wasn't even allowed to have pants. It was just molded on plastic tubes that looked like pants. So he's in the Bella Where Have You Been Loca shorts. Yeah, he's more articulated. I took the body from my personal mini-me doll and put it on him. And then this Ariel in this blue dress, it's very like printed on, it's got some of the detail on top and everything. And then this one randomly has the pink bodice, but some of the others don't have the pink in the bodice. And then she was the other like Mattel Playline doll that doesn't sing that did come with the pink boots and everything, the bag and all that stuff. And she's the only Mattel Playline pink doll that came with like a headband, I believe, as well. It was very like piece it together with Mattel and these dolls. So like, as much as I like that this is our Eric doll, I just wish we would have at least got one from the Disney store and maybe another Mattel one where he fucking comes with pants. Is this the only thing he wore in the whole like movie though? Did he only get like one costume or did he get two? Was there a wedding kind of outfit? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the boy fashion that much. Because why would I? Boring. Oh, you're wearing a vest? Wow. So for number 10, I decided to go with the blue dress Playline Ariel doll from Mattel with the sandals. Because like, she's a fine doll. She's got her 5 points of Playline articulation. I put a little pink bow in her hair, which was really easy. It's just some like ribbon, I think, that was leftover packaging from another Ariel thing. She doesn't have the pink on her bodice, so she's very much stripped down Playline. And before I watched the movie, I was like, oh wow, okay, like Mattel gave her flats, haha. But it makes sense in the story, so like I get it now and I'm a little less jaded. And they're cute, like they're just little strappy sandals. And yeah, she's held together with Velcro and that's it. She's current day Mattel Playline. That's, you get what you get. Okay, so for number 9, I may have been praising this doll earlier, but I still, you know, not my favorite. And that is the Disney Store Ariel doll. So some of the things I love are 2 full cloth outfits, articulation, all that stuff. I don't really care about singing. Halle's voice is amazing. I don't want it coming out of a doll necessarily. And until I finally figured out how to turn off the singing on the dolls, I was so afraid to touch them because it would just turn on like that. But now that I, you know, actually read some instructions, I know that you can just turn that off, so it's not as big of a deal. The blue dress is fine. It's not like crazy accurate. It also doesn't have like the pink on the bodice part or anything, but she did come with the headband. It kind of, like, I didn't think it looked like Halle that much at the beginning. I still don't think it really does, but I'm a little less like, you know, whatever about it. Does come with the boots. She does come with like the made to move knee articulation. She comes with ankle articulation. So she's a fully articulated doll. And yeah, like she's fine. 12-inch, you know, and I'm just glad Disney made a live action 12-inch doll again, even if it wasn't like perfect. It's still better than Belle. The only issue I had was with the mermaid outfit is this fin. They couldn't have even, you know, tried a little bit harder with the fin. Like, it's just so limp and lifeless. I do appreciate though that they put the back fins in and the fabric's really pretty. It's like very shiny, very mermaidy. It is vinyl, so it'll start cracking at some point, but you know, that's a problem for in the future Jeffrey. And she does come with like the mermaid scale bra, the little like ruffles on top, little ruffles on her hips and everything. And her hair is poly, but it's fine. Like, they're $35. You get 2 outfits, you get articulation, and she comes with the singing gimmick, which some people are into. So I get why, like, some people are really into them. I just think it was nice that Disney Store did a live action fashion doll again. I wish they would have done more for this movie because it was such an event. It was such a merchandising opportunity. And Disney just kind of like on it, you know? But I'm glad I have them. And this body with the Mattel face sculpt, top tier. Number 8 is the Singing and Adventure Ariel doll, but I have her dressed up in the human reveal look from the original Little Mermaid. But she is the one that comes in the blue dress that I was telling you about. I've swapped so many bodies, I didn't know where she was, but I found her. She's fine, and she does sing. But I'm not getting a copyright strike. But I do think she looks really good in the purple dress. And yeah, I've swapped my dolls around. I've played with them. I've just really enjoyed them. So they're kind of all over the place. But for number 8, I think she's fine. She was one of the ones that like came with one of the more detailed blue dress outfits from Mattel. She came with the pink boots. And she does sing the new song for Ariel, which took me a while to warm up to. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm into it now. Well, and I guess that means for number 7, we've got the Celebration Ariel dress. So this one is the one that is the Mattel face sculpt on the Disney store body. If you guys want to check that out, I think she came out really cute. This pink Celebration dress is the one that comes with like the most detail, all of the little ruffles, the little pinch sleeves, the collar. It's a single piece of Velcro. It's got a waistline. It's just, they actually put some time and effort into this for a little playline outfit. And then she does come with the little booties and everything. And I just think she's super cute. Her hair doesn't come with the like ponytail like the end of the movie. So I just did that myself. And I just think it was like a nice little touch to add to her. And it just really kind of completes the style and everything. And now that I'm talking to myself, dang, she should have been a little bit further up the list because I'm really into her. But this is a hybrid doll. So, you know, it's like I kind of made her into what I wanted her to be more. For number 6, I'm honestly surprised because I thought for sure, because like I thought I might do this kind of a video for Ariel Month in my head when all the dolls were coming out. And I was like 100% sure this was going to be like my girl. Like she was going to be one of my favorite dolls that we ever got. And I was not disappointed, but kinda. But we'll talk about her. That is the Deluxe doll from Mattel. So all of the goods about her is she does come with like fun little accessories in her hair. She is a fully clothed mermaid outfit and everything. She does have a little bit more of the fin with all these little extra pieces. She does come with a unique custom doll stand, and she is fully articulated for a playline doll, if that makes sense. And that's something I want to talk about. She is very much what would have been considered a playline doll at one point. Like, yeah, she's articulated with cloth, but that was just like a default for the most part, or like at least not articulated like bend and snap knee articulated, you know, like kinda articulated, or like pliable arms. But the stand, you know, it's fine. It's hollow at the base and it's really loose and wobbly. So, but they're cute and I would like to have a bunch of them. And like she does come with the eyelashes and everything. It is the beautiful Mattel face sculpt, all that stuff. Her feet poke out of the bottom of the fin, which isn't like a problem to me, but the fins are a problem to me. Like, look at that. A single piece of paper fabric. Like, can you hear that? Like, ew, that makes my teeth hurt. Just with the pattern on one side, very loose, very sloppy. Like, they don't really pose that well. But the extra shredded fins and everything, the little fins coming up, like the tail a little bit, the ombre of the tail, all that stuff, the fin at the waist. Like, there's a lot of good here. I just built it up in my head a little bit too much. So I think what would have made this doll better for me, the price point was fine. It was like $45. That's not awful for what Mattel would consider like a deluxe collector, etc. doll with a stand. I just would have liked the fins to be a little bit more thin, you know, like a little bit cuter, a little bit thicker. I don't know. Because even like the fins on these dolls, like the Ariel and her sister dolls behind me, they're thicker and they're playline dolls, you know. So I would have liked to maybe see something like that, double-sided. Other than that, I think she's fine. But yeah, that's why she's number 6. Okay, so number 5 is so silly considering what I just showed you. But there is something so magical and perfect about the regular playline mermaid from Mattel. I don't know what it is. I think it's because the fin is just so huge and accurate and like really, I don't know. It's just like celebrating the doll. It's really interesting. And I know it's Angel Kent and everything, and we all love that twink, but there's just a lot going on here that I really like. She was so easily available. Anytime she sold out, she came right back in. Like you can get your hands on her. She's not that hard to get. And because of her, I did a giveaway, and somebody who won that giveaway is also a doll content creator. And because of that, now I have a hookup. They are the one that actually got me the Brazilian Ariel doll. So, you know, like there's a lot of good connection there. And for a playline doll, she's fine. She does what she's supposed to do. She goes in water. She's a mermaid. And I think she's fine just the way she is. Would have been nice if the pattern continued around the back. Obviously, that's a huge ask from Mattel at this point, but She is what she is, and I love her. And that leads us into number 4, who is the Brazilian Playline Ariel doll. So I don't think she's 17 inch. I think she's 24. But she's close enough. You guys saw the unboxing. She's a very special part of my collection because she is so rare. I made a doll friend because of her. The fin's great. She is like lightweight, semi-pliable arms, stuff like that. Like, she's a cute little doll. And the yarn hair and the colors they choose, I just like the way it came out. It's really easy to manage. Like, she just looks so adorable. What can I say? She's a fucking cool ass doll, dude. If there are other international Ariel dolls, don't let me know, but let me know, because I think it's worth getting them. Like, it's something about her. I don't regret getting her. I don't regret like how much I paid for her, nothing. Like, it's just so cool to have her in my collection. And yeah, that's why she's so far up on the list. But we're about to get into the top 3. Okay, so number 3, she's a legend around these parts because I wasn't sure if we were going to get her, and I was so excited to get her. And if you guys have been paying attention for a while, you know who I'm talking about because she was such a bitch and a half to get. But now she's just sitting on the shelves, dude, and it's Fashion Adventure Ariel. When I first saw these, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Finally, Mattel is going to give us a Playline doll with full fabric outfits, multiple, like, whatever, like, that's cool, like, fashion adventure, like, switch the fashions. She can be a mermaid, she can be a human, whatever. I was like, thank you, Mattel, that's fantastic. Then there was a rumor that she wasn't going to come out, and all the Little Mermaid merch was done and over with, and they weren't going to make any more. And I was like, well, fuck me. And that caused, like, a little controversy on my, like, page for a little bit. Not bad, just some people were like, if you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. And you know what? Agree. So, because I was so wrong. Because she did end up coming out. We are getting more Ariel merch every once in a while. Like, Costco has some stuff we've never seen before. And it's just, like, little Jack-specific dolls and stuff like that. So, stuff's still coming out. I would love if we still got a couple more live-action dolls from the Disney store. Probably not going to happen if it hasn't happened. But, to finally have these two... Well, one. I just put them on 2 different Playline dolls. But to finally have these in my collection and just, like, the little fashion adventure ombre Ariel mermaid tail, it's cute. It is what it is. It's got a single piece of, like, that's not even tulle. I don't know what that is at the bottom, but just for her fin, very Disney store, thin and lazy, but I'm just so glad we have her. She did come with her little bag. She did come with a fabric top. Kind of sounds like I'm praising Mattel for doing the absolute bare fucking minimum. So it must be a cold day in hell. And then, of course, this couldn't be a bona fide, like, countdown list if she wasn't in the top 3, right? So for number 2, we've got the 17-inch live-action limited edition Little Mermaid doll. Halle, the face sculpt here from the Disney store just works so much better. The eyelashes, the articulation, I love sequins. You guys know how much I love sequins. Just all the way going down. The fin isn't accurate, but it's fat, it's poofy, it's celebrated, it's multiple layers. It's so pretty, you guys. I just love fins. I can't help it. I don't know why. And then the most accurate of the bags, and then it does come with a dingle hopper. It comes with a bunch of shells and little details and a looking glass and all that stuff. And I have 2 of these, and she's just fantastic. I know in the video review of her, I was kind of like, not ripping her apart, but I was showing you every single tiny little microscopic thing that was wrong with her. Because for $150, like, you're goddamn right, I'm gonna pick her apart and make sure that she better be up to par, first of all. So when she got, like, the little basting stitch in her bra that kind of, like, ripped the fabric, and all the little scratches all over her body and everything, like, they're just things that happen. The spray painted belly button is a choice. But if you put her, like, Mario Disney 200, he has his girls in, like, outfits that fit the 17-inch dolls, and it's, like, the pink celebration dress and the blue walking around town outfit. You're not going to see them. And, yeah, the scale's just always hard to keep around because it is so big, but because of the scale, you just get so much more detail. And I would have loved from the Disney store a 17-inch version of this that was, like, also, like, 120 or whatever, something like that, where they do all the fins, the sequins, the everything. It would have been bitchin'. But let's talk about number one. And number one would be this lovely lady. I cannot tell you how nice this was to see from Mattel again. It sucks that she is hidden inside of a pack to make sure Mattel's making enough money, where it's either Ariel and her sister's pack or Ariel and her two other sisters, the 3-pack or the 7-pack. But the fact that we got the knee articulation and the tail, I just think that should be like standard for Playline hardtail mermaid dolls. It's fantastic. The fact that they did a little extra with the fin, this fin looks better. It's like a thicker, better material. Would have liked to see it on the other side, of course. Would have liked to see the paint go on the other side of the tail, of course. But she was almost perfect when she came out. I did give her arm articulation because that was the only thing I was really missing. I was like, if we're going to articulate that knee, we better articulate those arms, that wrist, give her that dainty little princess hand. Like, she's just perfect. She literally is like the doll that'll stop me. Like, when I'm getting ready, when I'm cleaning my room, when I'm doing like whatever I'm doing, she literally stops me after all of these months. And I just can't help it. I shit on Mattel a lot. I talk a lot of shit. And it's because their dolls used to make me feel this way. This is a Playline doll. Like, there's love, there's attention to detail. It feels a little less corporate-y, like, let's suck off our shareholders kind of, it just fits better. And, Angel Kent, once again, he's doing magic with what he can over at Mattel. And I think that's why I really appreciate him. I think that's why I appreciate Bill Greening and Robert Best. Like, they do what they can in those situations, and they do a good job. Not that the other, like, Playline designers aren't doing their best either. I just think the other names I mentioned probably have a little bit more pull at Mattel now. Guys, I mean, come on. Like, if she's not your number one, I get it, but I don't get it, And she's probably my most photographed Ariel doll. Now, this and this girl, besties. Two of my favorites in my entire collection. I just love Ariel, dude. Obviously. All right, dumpster divers, that's kind of it. If there's a doll that fits into this category that you think I might have forgot, let me know. Because that means that she's not in my collection and I got to go beat somebody up for her or buy her or whatever, And please, honestly, like, I don't usually, like, beg you guys for comments or anything, but seriously, like, let me know down below who would have been your, like, top 3, whatever, like, who you love, who was your favorite Ariel live action doll. It doesn't need to be, like, a 12-inch fashion doll. It could be, like, one of the little 4-inch girlies. It could be one of the Jakks Pacific's, like, baby-looking dolls, like, whatever. I just want to hear from you guys. I just like knowing what you guys, have to say, because usually I'm just talking into a camera, and it's not live or anything. I don't really do lives. And so it's just nice to hear from you guys and hear what's going on out in the doll collecting community. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next episode where I stop holding in a fart because I'm filming and I'm full of McDonald's iced coffee. My Little Mermaid. Why was everybody in that show British? They're in the Caribbean. And it's based off of Denmark.